You're eating clean. You're sleeping for 8 hours or maybe more. You're doing every single thing that the self-improvement books are telling you to do. But still, you feel exhausted. And that exhaustion is not something that can be fixed by sleeping more. It is something which is deeper. It stays behind your eyes. It is deeper in your bones. It doesn't disappear. It doesn't go away, even if you rest more, eat more, or sleep more. And here is the strange part. You can still function. You can go to your work, reply to messages, attend meetings, do everything that you're supposed to be doing throughout the day. But there is no fuel left for anything else. There's no spark. There's no creativity, no sense of aliveness. It just feels like you're going through life without doing anything worthwhile. What if I've told you that burnout is not something that you really think it is? It is not a weakness. It is not your body giving up. It is not exhaustion. And it doesn't mean that you're failing at life at all. In fact, it is a signal that your body is trying to send you for years maybe. A signal that is just waiting for your response. And it is something that once you understand, once you learn to read properly, you will function in a much better way. Everything changes. In fact, the way you look at life and live life changes completely. And I know this because I've been there. Not just once, but multiple times. The heaviness, the numbness, the feeling that life has just become something that you just go through instead of experiencing it. And I was the same. I slept more, I exercised harder, and I tried every single thing that I could do to get away from that feeling of burnout, that feeling of exhaustion. And that is exactly we will cover in this video. Friends, we live in a world that treats burnout as a badge of honor. It means if you are working hard, if you're constantly on the belt, then that means you are progressing, you're successful. But that's not right, friends. And let me tell you one more thing. The modern approach to burnout recovery is totally wrong. We are told to rest, so we rest. But we wake up heavy again. We are told to set boundaries, the boundaries between your work and your life. We do that as well. But still, that numbness doesn't go away. We are told to take vacation, and we do that. But as soon as we return, we are back to square one. That heaviness, that weight, it comes back. And it comes back with much more force. Friends, the problem is not that we are not resting enough. The problem is that we are trying to solve an energy level problem with surface level solutions. We're trying to solve the symptoms where the root cause remains completely untouched. Friends, in yogic philosophy, there is a concept that totally changes the way we look at burnout. And the concept is called Prana. Prana is the life force. It is the energy that is running every single cell of our body. It is exactly what makes a dead body different from a living one. It flows through you 24/7, through your breath, through every single cell of your body, through your thoughts. In other words, it is your hidden spiritual power. And here is what the modern burnout culture and the fixes have totally missed. Burnout is not about hours worked or tasks completed. It is about our prana depletion. The depletion or reduction of our life force. It is your life force running empty. It is your spiritual power disappearing slowly, gradually. Friends, we need to understand this very clearly. If our life force is full, we can work for hours, sometimes days, without feeling tired at all. And we will still feel alive. But if the life force is depleted, a couple of hours work will make us exhausted. Same tasks, same body, but different energy levels. And that defines whether we are burnt out or not. And that is exactly why sleep alone cannot fix the burnout. Sleep restores the physical body, but it doesn't touch the energy. Life force is way more subtler. It requires something different to replenish. Let me explain you in a much more simpler language. Imagine your body is a phone. The screen, the battery, the casing, everything that you can see. Your sleep is like charging your battery. So when you sleep, your battery gets charged. But your prana, your life force is like an operating system. If your operating system is corrupt, your phone doesn't function properly. Even if it is fully charged, even if the physical body is absolutely fine, the screen looks good, the body, the casing, everything is perfect. With a full battery and a corrupted operating system, your phone cannot function. Your apps crash. So your phone is technically charged, but it is not functional. And friends, burnout is not a dead battery. It is a system level life force issue, and you cannot fix operating system level problem by charging your battery. And let's see what modern science has to say. Recent research has found that the people who are burnt out are not the people who are working for long hours. In fact, these are the people whose work doesn't connect with the meaning in life, their purpose. They often feel like whatever they are working is not adding any value. And they feel that they don't have any access to what we call as restorative experiences. The experiences that help us feel alive. The experiences that help us feel that we have achieved something in life. And when we work like this, in yogic terms, this is called Prana depleted without being replenished. Every time, every single time, you drag yourself to something that you don't like, that meeting that you don't want to be in, that endless scroll, a conflict that you're not resolved, then you're simply spending your life force. And the problem is, friends, that most of us don't know how can we replenish it, how we can gain our prana, our life force back. So we try and replace our life force restoration with distraction. Meaning, we try and engage ourselves into things like binge watching, snacking, or infinite scrolling. We try and do every single thing to get away from that feeling of depletion. But none of these things restores our life force. In fact, they further deplete our awareness. And friends, that's exactly when the real burnout kicks in. Not when you're working hard, but when you're working on something that doesn't give you the meaning for years. You're constantly burning it without restoring it. And your body, it is constantly sending you signals, that numbness, that heaviness, that stiffness, the feeling that life has lost its color. But you think it's just simple tiredness. Let's fix it by resting more. And it doesn't work. So you may ask, how do we fill in this powerful life force? Something that we cannot see. Friends, here are 4 practices rooted in the science of yoga that instantly replenish your life force. And it is not about burnout recovery or management. It is way deeper, friends. It is about constantly improving our life force, constantly filling this tank of prana so that we can feel and live and experience this life at the fullest. Practice number 1, conscious breath in the morning. Not shallow breathing, but full deep breaths. As soon as you wake up, without touching your phone, take few deep breaths. Feel that air going into your body. Feel your belly expanding. Feel the depth of your lungs. 10 simple deep breaths can restore your prana right in the beginning of your day. In yogic science, our breath is the carrier of our life force. And these first 10 breaths will set the scene for the day. And all it takes is just 2 minutes. That's all. Practice number 2, morning sunlight. As soon as the sun has come out, try and go out and feel it. No matter what the weather is like, cold, hot, doesn't matter. Feel the morning sunlight on your face, on your skin, and feel the difference it makes. Both modern science and yoga agrees here that morning sunlight replenishes our life force. And it is one of the easiest tools available to us to improve the prana, fill this tank of life force. Just by doing this simple practice, your nervous system understands that it is now ready to act. It is ready for action. And instead of feeling heavy, you feel like you want to achieve things. You want to do more in life. Practice number 3, screen detoxification for 20 minutes in a day. Friends, this is very powerful. Every single click, scroll, reply to a message costs us our life force, our prana. And if we don't actively try and switch this off, then we are constantly depleting our prana. So we have to be very mindful, very SAJAG of how we consume our life force. And when you're doing this 20-minute screen detox, just try and feel the world. Try and feel your body. Maybe rest up. It's not laziness. It's just active prana restoration. You're simply restoring your life force so that you can be more productive. Many cultures around the world have this in place. Some call it an afternoon nap. Some call it going for a walk. And practice number 4, one meaningful act. Before your day ends, try and do something that feels very meaningful to you. It can be art, it can be cooking, it can be writing, it can be anything. Whatever you like or feel that gives meaning to you, just do that. Because as I mentioned, our life force can be retained by doing meaningful things. When we do something that really means to us, then life force restores. That spiritual power flows back in. So friends, For the next 7 days, here is a challenge for you. Out of these 4 practices, try any 2, not all 4, because you may feel burnt out again from these practices. So try and pick any 2 from these 4. Morning breathing, morning sunlight, digital silence, or maybe doing a meaningful task in a day. And here is exactly what I want you to notice. See, after doing these practices, you feel more alive. And maybe by day 7, you might start seeing more colors in your life, a little more capacity, a little more zeal to do things. And this is all because, friends, you are not broken. You were just depleting your prana, your life force. And as soon as you start recollecting it, you start filling that life force up, you feel full of energy again. And friends, remember, burnout is not caused by working harder or doing more and more things. It is just a signal that you're giving without receiving. You are simply spending your prana, your life force, without restoring. And that signal is not our enemy. That is our body's way of wisdom to tell us that, come on, you need to do something about this. The operating system is getting crashed. You need to fix it. Upgrade right now. So friends, tell us in the comments what practices have filled you with life force and have changed the perspective of your life. Live fully, live Sajag, live with life force. Namaste.